Down, down, down. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. All right. What is up, everybody? Ah, I mean, it's great. We get to log into that music right away. We are getting going today, ladies and gentles. All right. We can ignore that because I'm not going to work on anniversary stuff today, but we do have a variety of quests that we are going to work on this evening. This afternoon. All right. I just had lunch. What's up, Leia? You want to come here? Come on. You don't really like to get up on Daddy's lap, do you? You can come say hi if you want. No? Come on. Do you want to come over to the other chair? Come here. Hop up. Good girl. Everybody can see. Yeah. She just came in from outside. She's been having a bit of a last couple of weeks off and on, like a rasping cough. I don't know if it's like a hairball, or if she's developing asthma, or if she had an upper respiratory infection. But she's acting fine. She's got tons of energy, eating fine, hasn't lost any weight, going to the bathroom just fine. Still bites me all the time. Her love language is nibbles. But she does have every once in a while. So hopefully it's nothing serious. Speaking of which, that was bleh. All the cats are in here right now except for Frodo. Frodo is outside. It's kind of hot out there. He needs to come inside, but he's doing his own thing. Mommy's not home today, so he's a little grumpy because he is Mommy's boy. And he's a little stressed because Mommy's not home. I think we need to run back to Mickle Delving. We have a turn-in over there. For the bird and the baby to take the recipe back. We are simply doing some relaxation stuff. Really what I'm working on here is, for this character I want to be able to get the Burglar a little higher so that I can do a review of the character for the guides. And also, I've never done the Yonder Shire, which is level 20 plus, so that's kind of like my ultimate second objective is to go explore the Yonder Shire. Because I have done the North Downs and the Lonelands to death over the years, so it's really nice to have a alternate area to go at level 20 to 30. Oh, that hitching is so lovely. One of these days they'll fix it.
Good day.
What, sis? A bit of honey? Special malt? Well, that's the ticket. This is gonna be our secret. In the meantime, have some of the old stuff on the house. It might not win any prizes, but it goes down easy, doesn't it? Alright, so we can have a swig of that. Black Robe's Brown. A beer for the telling of tall tales. Blub, 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 blub. Alright. A little tipsy, as you are quite merry. Speaking of Mary, Mary is sleeping with her brothers. I'm looking over at the chair over there. Mary and Pippin are in here with Sam and Smeagol and Luke and Leia. Only Frodo's outside, so kitty cats galore. Oh, it says I have another quest inside. What? Who has a quest? Well, it surely showed a quest out there. Don't know why. That's the lunch. Ghost the old took. Alright, we'll do this one next because this is kind of like the closest. We'll go cross country. Whoa. There will be a nap this afternoon at some point. Got up at 4 today, went for a run, came back, did a bunch of chores. Watched an episode of that Apple TV series called Silo, which is really, really good. I got the first episode reviewed, coming out tomorrow morning. Also, our actual play session for Starfinder is coming out tomorrow, episode 5. That'll be live at 9 a.m. Central. Or 10 a.m. Central. About a 2-hour-long episode. And today, after my nap, I'm probably going to work on some Pillars of Eternity. Because I've got to get, there's a couple of game guides I want to do for Pillars of Eternity, but in order to do that, I've got to actually do a little bit of, I got to play a little bit.
Hello there.
Paventa sent a bounder out here. She's such a warrior. There's nothing to fear. Old Imbert and me will have a chapter that Adelard's in 2 shakes. See, we hid that chapter in a satchel in the tree, but the branch we climbed up on broke off. We've been scratching our heads on how to get it down, but you just gave me a grand idea. See, Imbert, I'll just knock the satchel out of the tree with a stone. I don't know, Eisen. What if you miss? Oh, don't worry, I won't miss. Hey, watch. Dunk. Seems I hit a hive. Oh no! Bees! Now I can't miss. Heisenbard, wait. Here, watch. Oh, there's the hive. Looks like you got the hive. Fortunately, the bees are gone. Oh no, look! What are we looking at? What are you guys crying about? Bears! Bears! Where's the bears? Alright, so they're screaming about bears, but no bears are coming. I appear to be taking damage, but I don't see a bear. You guys see that? I'm taking damage, but there's no bear to be seen. Nor is there any red dot on the minimap. That is bugged. So I wonder if there's something going on with bears worldwide, because I was trying to do the Dwarven starter area the other day and the bears aren't spawning. In the Dwarven starter area, and I'm wondering if the bears are like somehow falling beneath the world, if there's like a bug with the bears worldwide. I don't know. Well, now I'm locked in combat. I wonder if I can go in this house or if I'm going to have to log out. Well, let's go back down there and see what happens. That's a trip. I've never seen anything like that. Oh, got a message from my brother. He's in flight. Oh, he just got to Colorado and it's snowing. You have failed to protect. Well, it's because your encounter is bugged, Standing Stones. Invisible bears, man. Let's try that again. Let's see if it triggers again.
A lovely day, isn't it?
I'm laughing because my brother is in Colorado and it's snowing right now. Meanwhile, where I live, it's 107 degrees Fahrenheit today. I've never seen this quest bug out before. This is really interesting. So it's gonna be interesting to see if the bear bugs out again. Also, you know what? I think it is a global thing, because I'll tell you why in a second. So I'm gonna tell you why I think it's related. I think it's bears overall, because this whole area I'm supposed to be able to kill bears. Ghost of the Old Took. I'm supposed to run around here and collect bears. I'm not seeing a single bear at all. And here they yell bears, and there's supposed to be a big bear that spawns and comes and attacks you, right? So something was attacking me because I was taking damage and I got the fear on me, like when the bear rears up, it does the fear. But there's no bear. Like, look at these. These guys are cowering. There's no bear visible here. And there's no bears visible anywhere around here in this whole area where I'm supposed to be killing bears. You have failed to protect. So this is weird. There's got to be a bug going on with bears in general then, because I can't find any of the bears in the Thorn's Gate starter area either. I may have just uncovered... Nah, but who knows how long it's going to take him to fix it. I submitted a couple bug reports. I submitted a couple bug reports on Thorn's Gate. And customer service did get back to me and said that they forwarded it to the bug team, but who knows what that means. I'll have to submit this. I'll have to submit this one as well. So this will be both add a large chapter. Let me write this down. Crimson says, first time I've seen a bug out. Well, last time I did it took the bears a long time to show up. Yeah, I've never seen this before. Which one is this quest? Yeah, this is add a large chapter. And we are at the Great Willow. Well, that'll be for later. I'll report that bug after I'm done playing. Meanwhile, I will untrack those two quests because I'm not going to be able to do them. So it looks like our next option, we might as well go work on the prologue because that is a lower level quest. Haha! Upcoming difficulty slider, invisible bombs to make it harder. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about here real quick, since you're here, Crimson. Let me, because I have my dwarf camped out. Because I was doing an intro series for the dwarves, and I had to abandon the series because the bears won't spawn. And now I have a feeling that it's not that they're not spawning. I think they're under the world. I think that's what the problem is. I don't think it's that they're not spawning at all. Because previously I was like, well, maybe they just didn't spawn. After seeing what I just saw, I don't think that's the case. Because something was still hitting me, but they weren't showing up on the mini-map, and there was nothing. I didn't have an actual target. It didn't show that there was actually something hitting me. But I had the bear debuff, and something was definitely doing damage to me. Boop doop doo. So there's supposed to be bears right here. This is the dwarven. I'm gonna end up taking fall damage. So I'm here in Thorn's Gate. This is where you do the sludge and stuff. There's supposed to be those corrupted bears all around here. Sick bears. They're nowhere to be seen. I've deleted the character. I've restarted 2 different characters in this area to double check that it wasn't just one character bugged out. It's not the character that's bugged out. The bears are never here. I waited for 2 server restarts. They never came back. So it's just, there's definitely some issues going on with bears. Now it's got me thinking, are bears everywhere bugged out? Ooh. Where else could we go try to find bears? What's up, Nikolaus? I'm wondering if it's global. Because come to think of it, I haven't seen a bear on any of my characters in a while. Now, I don't have any active quests on my other characters to kill bears for the moment, so that's an interesting thing. Thomas, what's up, man? Oh, here's your 5. Yeah. I may need to go make an espresso. Alright, let's grab the stable master.
Hello there.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold that thought. I forgot to check with the postmaster where he wants me to run to next. From Tuckboro. Never forget the almighty postmaster. Alright, postman, where are we going, bro?
Could I take a moment of your time?
Yep, good thing, because that's where he wanted me to go, was to Hobbiton. Over the hills and through the woods to Hobbiton we go. I have a question for you, Thomas. Have you come across any bears recently in your adventures? If you are adventuring in the Bree lands, I would be interested to know. Ah! I almost ran into that hobbit because I wasn't paying attention. Questing and deeding, that is the way to go. We're coming across a lot of errors with bears not spawning or spawning underneath the world, and I'm curious if that's also happening in Bree. I actually don't know. Are there any bears in Bree? I think there's some bears north of Bree, up by the stables, if I'm not mistaken, or there used to be. Right? I know there's wolves up there. I know there's, yeah, because there's a quest around the farms, not the Hangstetter farms, not the stables, but the actual, yeah, the Hangstetter farms. I'm pretty sure there's a quest to kill bears, boars, and wolves up there. Yeah, I don't know if there's any in Combe. Oh, you've been in the Shire the last few days. Okay. Crimson's checking outside of Combe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, you know what? Before we even go any further, hold that thought. Let me log this guy out because I know I've got some characters. I really want to go check now because I'm like sitting here going, the two areas where I need to kill bears for quests, I can't kill the bears because they're not showing up. So let's go look. Who do I have that's near Bree? Well, my Bjorning's over there, but no. Pretty sure my champion can recall back to Bree. Crimson said bears are showing above the cart where the Hobbit needs his backpack within 15 minutes. Cool. Who is crying? Who is meowing all fiercely? I had a kitty cat meowing. I don't know who that was. Lucas, are you? Hey, hey, hey. I gotta go stop a cat fight. Graphic. Hey. Frodo, that's not very nice. You're torturing your brother. You're trying to steal the chair from him is what you're doing. Well, I'll tell you what, Bingo. If you're a millionaire, why don't you go ahead and pony up and give that money over to Standing Stone Games and support them financially to do the things that you think they need to do to get the game to where you think it needs to be. How about that? I love it when people criticize things like that because it's like, well, there's an easy way to make that happen. You got to go support, go invest, become an investor. If you don't have millions of dollars, you're kind of up shit creek without a paddle. You kind of got to just deal with it. Crimson says he sees lots of bears in the ruins. That could be server specific. That is a good question. I had not thought about that being server specific. I'm on Landroval. Hold that thought. Because I could go check one of my other characters on the other server too. I hadn't thought about that being server specific. That's another thing to go test is to go create a dwarf character on one of the other servers and see if it is just server specific. Well, you've definitely given me something to go test later on today, because I'll go on to one of the other servers and run around and check, because I've got a bunch of characters on the Laurelin server, and I can go see if we're seeing the same bugs over there. All right, now there should be bears around here. I know there's definitely bears to the west because there's all the ruins over there. I'm seeing boars, wolves. This will be a fun one if it's like a completely related to my character on the server issue. Not seeing any bears here, but I... checked on Arkenstone. Okay, that's cool. They're there on Arkenstone. I'm genuinely curious now. I definitely know there's supposed to be bears over here as you ride through. There's this hilly area over here in the Brelands where I usually come farm bears for hides. I'm totally gonna go start a dwarven character on the on one of the other servers tonight and see what happens there. So these ruins up ahead, usually there's tons of bears. So let's fingers crossed there's actually bears there. Oh, Crimson, that's a trip, dude. If you just ran through the same area where I'm at and you see bears and you're on the same server as me, I may be having some sort of an issue that they haven't figured out yet. Okay, so here's these ruins here on the map, the Shire ruins. There are traditionally bears all around here, right? There are no bears. Look at this. It's completely empty. Holy shit. Is that your character, Crimson? Just out of curiosity. There should be bears all over the place here, and there's not. Oh my god, did we just narrow down the bug? I wonder what could be causing this. Because it's not tied to one character. Oh, that was your character? Alright, hang on. So it doesn't appear to be tied to one character. None of my characters can see bears. What a trip! What a trip! Yeah, this whole area should be teeming with bears, and there's nothing here. It's completely devoid of animals. This is a trip, dude. Well, I'm gonna run over to you real quick. I'm gonna head over in your direction. I wonder what I will see when you start attacking. I have no idea what would be, but it's been going on for like 3 weeks, and I honestly hadn't noticed because I hadn't seen it on other characters because I hadn't had any quests that revolved around killing bears. And suddenly I have a quest that needs me killing bears today, and I don't see any of the bears. This is a really interesting bug to track down today. And it only appears to be bears. I can see all the other characters, all the other animals just fine. I am bearless. I might barely make it. We'll see. Someone stick follow on you. Oh, this is a trip. I see you attacking, but I don't see your target or anything. There's nothing. Oh wow, this is a trip, man. I'm trying to rack my brain with what I know of game dev stuff. I have no idea what could be causing this. It can't be, because if it was nav mesh related or something, it was underneath the world, it would be underneath the world for everybody, right? But it's not. It's just for some reason I can't see. Like, I don't see any of the targets he's killing. I can't assist him on anything. This is really, really weird. I can't even hear them. Nope, I can't hear him. I can't see him. But they were able to, earlier when we were underneath the Great Willow, it was attacking me, doing damage to me, and I had the bear fear effect on me, not the fear effect, but the debuff, but I didn't hear any of the attacks and didn't see any of the attacks. Like visually, there was no visual animations, no audio cues, no sound of the attacks, no VFX, no sound effects whatsoever. But I was taking damage, and I had the debuff. Wow, this is really, really weird. Like, that totally heard it, saw it, and everything. Like, that's the boar, That's a normal mob. I don't know if it's a layering issue, Maladon, because this has been going on now for about 3 weeks. I didn't notice it on other characters until today. The dwarven character, I've been trying to run a dwarven character through the starter area for the last like 3 weeks to continue I was doing a dwarven intro series, and I got stuck because I couldn't get past the part where you got to kill the dwarves. And I submitted a bug report like 2 weeks ago. Deleted characters, restarted characters, ran through that instance 3 different times, each time the same thing. Couldn't kill the bears. just ran my Hobbit through, and I was going over to the Great Willow to do the quests over there, and the bears aren't there. And the big bear that attacks the two Hobbits was attacking me, but there's no visual. But I'm taking damage and everything. So then it started us, like, we've been sitting here for the past 30 minutes now on stream, like, just poking buttons and, like, what could it be? Like, are there bears everywhere else? And then we just, a minute ago, realized that Crimson is running around on the same server I am. He can see the bears, but I can't. So I don't think it's a layering issue because we're in the same area. We're in the same layer. We're in the same instance. And he can see them just fine, and I can't. So, and it's only bears. It's only bears. I can see all the other mobs. Bears, boars, wolves, bandits. And I didn't even know that this was still an issue until my Hobbit went over there to try to do that today. That is a trip, man. I have no idea how to submit this to a bug report other than I might need to like send them a link to my stream and just explain, hey, just go watch this stream. Figure it out, guys. I'm genuinely curious to go see if I have the same issue on another server. Just hold that thought. I'm gonna oh no, that's the wrong account. Hang on. Hold on. I'm actually gonna try another account entirely. Not just another server. I'm gonna try another account. Other than I don't remember the password for that account, apparently. There we go. Sorcery, my friends! Okay, Servana says, I'm seeing a Reddit post where the Bears recently got a graphical update about a month ago. I mean, that is a possibility. I gotta go find a character that is in or near Bree. It absolutely could be a graphical setting too. But yeah, that's the thing. I can't hear them either. I cannot hear them either. Did it just boot me from the game? It just booted me from the client on my other account. Well, let's try that again. Science! Well, let's go see what we can see over here. Maybe. If it lets me in. Last time it booted me to desktop. Alright, I'm in Rivendell.
What can I do for you?
Southbury, please. All the things would be the easy answer to that question. The lore, the writing, it's everything you can read about, everything you read about in the books, you can go visit and see and explore and touch in the game. So for people who love Middle Earth and who love Tolkien, this is the perfect game to play. Don't think of it as an MMO. Don't think of it that way. It's not an MMORPG anymore. It's a single-player RPG with really great storyline and some occasional multiplayer content thrown in there if you want to participate in the multiplayer content. But the multiplayer content is by no means mandatory. It's absolutely optional. If you like, say, World of Warcraft, EverQuest 2, any sort of old tab target games, then Lord of the Rings Online will be an easy game to pick up because it plays pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, some of the mechanics are a little different, but it's a tab target game. It's the same as any other tab target game. Rohan is one of the coolest expansions I've ever experienced in a game before. Gondor is pretty awesome too. Yes, it's a game made for the exploration, not for. Don't even. I mean, yeah, there is raiding in this game for some people, but it's mostly this is a game about. Oh, I want to just go hang out, smoke some pipe weed, and roll around in the Misty Mountains today. You can go do that. Oh, I want to go visit Osgiliath. You can do that. Oh, I want to go hang out in Bree. You can do that. I want to travel to Weathertop. You can do that. You know, like all these things that you can see and do. So I'm on my other account on the Laurelin server. And so far, I'm seeing the same thing. There are no bears anywhere to be seen. Yes, the sunrises and sunsets can be amazing. This is a trip. I wonder if it could be a graphics card setting. But even if that were the case, why don't I have any audio for the bears? Like, there's no or any of that. Like, nothing. And when I was just with Crimson's character, when he attacked the boars, I totally see his character here, his character attacking the boars, but there's nothing when he's attacking the bears. So I'm over here in the bear area again. There's nothing here. Oh man, this is. I wonder if I need to. Not that I want to. I wonder if I need to do a clean reinstall of the game. I wonder if that would fix it. That's not something I want to do right now, but still, that's a. Let's play around with some graphics settings. So normally, when you hit detect optimal settings, it'll give you a pop-up. You notice that pop-up's not even. It's like flashing, but it's not actually coming up. There might be something weird going on with my particular settings. Yeah, and the other thing to think about too, Melodon, is that it's free to play up to level 95 and Helm's Deep. So, if you think about it that way, there is enough free content in this game, depending on how often you play. Like if you play 2-3 times a week, that's about 6 months of content, more or less, that you get completely free. Now, if you play once a week, my lore master, it took me a year and a half to get to Helm's Deep, and I played once a week, sometimes twice a week on my lore master, and it took him from level 1 to level 95. It was like a year and a half, 18 months to get to Helm's Deep, and then it took him about another 6 months to get to Osgiliath, so about 2 years to get from level 1 to level 100 is where he's at right now, and he's in Osgiliath. So you know, it's an amazing amount of content that you get for free. But I've always VIP'd to this game over the years. Um, I'm probably about to resub to Star Wars: Old Republic just because I want to go through the most recent 2 expansions, and I haven't done those yet. I need to get caught up. This may screw up my Streamlabs here, guys. So just I'm gonna be doing some. I should probably do this testing offline. So triggering full screen didn't appear to do anything. And that thing still won't pop up. It just flickers. That is a trip. All right. Well, let's try to just do. Yeah, go into like medium settings didn't do anything. Maybe go to DirectX 10. I'll need to restart the game though for that. I don't want to restart the game. Huh. I have no idea what it could be. I just reset it to default graphics. Well, I mean the whatever's the optimal settings that it chooses for me. Thanks, Maladon. That was a freaky. That was a weird. Oh man, that was a trip, dude. Like so, when I logged in the other day, I hadn't been in EverQuest 2 for like a couple of years, and they merged servers onto Antonia Bale, and suddenly I had like 5 different Renfail characters, like Renfail X, Renfail Y, Renfail Z, and I needed to clear up some character slots so that I could actually play a new character, and so I was just deleting old characters, and in the process I deleted the one who was the guild leader. The one who was the guild leader of the guild on Antonia Bale, and I was like, no. What a trip. All right, let me get back to my Hobbit here. Thanks for the super chat. Sapphire Raven coming in and say, what do you think about the map in this game? I like the new maps. I like the new maps much more than the old maps. I really do like the new maps. All right, let's go back to my Hobbit, because technically that's what this stream was supposed to be about, was about me playing my Hobbit. Well, I don't know how we're going to figure that bug out, but we'll have to track that down at some point. I'll have to do some more testing offline when I'm not taking up everybody's time. But thanks for helping me out with that, guys. I really that is a really interesting thing to come up against. I have no idea what could be causing that. In any case, let's take a look at the maps real quick, since Sapphire just asked that question. I think you can still see some of the old maps, and I think that like these are the new maps. I really love the new maps. I like the coloring. It looks more realistic, but you can still see. Isn't Farrowkel still one of the old maps? Yeah, these are the old maps. So these were cool. Like, they weren't bad, you know, but they all looked sort of the same. You know, it was all kind of like brown, tan. I much prefer the new ones. Like, yeah, look at this. This is Evandom, brown, tan. North Downs, brown, tan. And then we go down to the Brelands, and it's like, boom! Green, lush landscape with some brown. I much prefer the new maps. I'm totally on board with the new maps. Love that music. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I hear chicken madness outside. I better go check on my chickens real quick. Frodo is a little stressed because he's mommy's boy and mommy's not home. So he was outside crying. He was underneath the so that was the neighbor's chickens I heard. It wasn't our chickens. Um, but he was underneath the cat refuge. So I built a cat shelter outside last year. Um, and the only one that ever uses it is Mary and Leia sometimes. When it rains, they'll use it, but most of the time they like to steal it. Um, they sleep inside a lot. But he's mommy's boy, and she didn't. She was out at her mom's last night because it's Mother's Day here in Mexico. So she went out to hang out with her mom and stay with the family and stuff. So he's been wandering around the house today, like, "Where's mom?" I came outside. He was like, "Meow." All right. Sapphire Raven doing it. Is it a sticker? I think that was a sticker. I can't ever tell if those are stickers or super chats. I know the first was super chat. Ciravano. Well, hang on. Let me read through all the comments here. Thomas says, I do wonder why some looked worse. Yeah, so I want to say 2 or 3 years ago they started working on updating the maps, and I'm pretty sure they started with like the Shire, Breland. I can't remember where else. But they have done some maps, but not all maps. Now you can go to like Rohan, and Rohan has always had like better maps in my mind. Like if we go down into Dunland, these are still in the old style, but they are different coloring. You know, we actually had some more colors, but you still had that tan look to things. But then you get to Rohan, and we kind of start to see slightly different take to things, especially. But this is the old style. There are some maps in here. Can't remember where they are now. But yeah, here's the Beacon Hills. This uses the new style. This uses the new style. So it's like they've got a blend of old and new, but they have been slowly adding new maps overall to the old places. So I'm a big fan of the new maps. Like I said, I think they look really, really cool. And that was a super chat, so thank you for the 2 super chats, Sapphire. Saravano says, do you deal with random... By the way, is that Saravarno? It's Saravarno, not Saravano. Do you deal with random server disconnects? I don't deal with server DCs, but I get the hitching. There's constant hitching all the time, and it's annoying as fuck. I wish they would fix it. It's been going on for a couple of years now. I realized that server side, it's not my graphics card, it's them. There's also the thing, everybody complains about it, everybody, which is the music issue, where like the music, when it's looping, it will hitch, and like there'll be a distinct like 2-second pause as the track starts to loop, or when you're getting into a new music area, and when it hitches, the whole game freezes while the music is hitching. So there's definitely some server issues, and that's purely related to their new hardware that they switched to a few years ago. Whenever they moved over to Daybreak, they moved all of their server infrastructure over to the new database, and the new database sucks ass. Um, you're saying you didn't have the issues last year, or at least not as bad? I mean, I've noticed it for a few years now. The music one is weird because it doesn't happen all the time. It's like sometimes it won't happen at all for like 2 or 3 months, and then when it comes back, it's like every time I play, the music hitching is there. So I've definitely noticed some weirdness over the years, and everybody complains about it on the forums. The server infrastructure, they're running some type of cloud system, so the server should theoretically increase or decrease based upon the load. But I feel like they're keeping the server budget extremely low because the performance is shit sometimes with their server. So, but I've never gotten disconnected. Knock on wood. I just get the random hitching and stuff, which is annoying. All right, let me check a couple things here. All right, got a quest to turn in here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
What? You say Esmeralda sent you? Oh my, what a fine hammer! So that's for the anniversary. Which I'm not actually gonna do any more anniversary quests at the moment. Where's the postman want to send me next? Overhill? No, we're not gonna go there. I will grab this quest just in case.
Could I take a moment of your time?
No, he wants me to send me all the way to Thorin's Hall. I'll skip that quest.
Stay and have some tea.
Welcome to Hobbiton. It's always nice to see new folk. I think it's important to strengthen the bonds of friendship. You should call on Bounder Chubb in Needlehole and see if he has any work that needs doing. I was just in Needlehole, bro. We can go back up there for sure. Postman, him. Who else has a quest? Holly Hornblower. Oh, I remember this quest. I remember this quest line. The Hungry Hobbit quests. Pie for the Green Dragon. Yeah, southeast of here. Alright, hopefully we don't run into any Hungry Hobbits. Look at that pie. Tasty. By the way, for those of you who might be new here to the channel, I haven't done an episode in a while, but Chris and I did a whole season of, I think like 18 episodes of a show called the Lord of the Rings Online Cooking in Real Life show. And we took recipes from in Lord of the Rings Online and made them in our kitchen for everybody to enjoy. And there's a playlist here on YouTube, as well as a series of recipes over on the Patreon page with all the behind-the-scenes photos and everything. So for those of you who want to enjoy things, as an example, I have a cast iron skillet apple pie recipe that is to die for, along with a pie crust recipe that is also buttered scones with blackberry jam. It's probably server population related, to be honest with you, more than likely. The Green
Can I
Dragon.
take a moment of your time?
The annual Fartharding's Breathing Mute is coming up, and Old Gerd wants to enter some of our special reserve. We use old barrels from Arid Lewin. This year, it seems, our poor fellow was waylaid by huge beastly spiders near Overhill, and in his hurry to get away, he lost the barrel from his wagon. Could you head up there and look for the barrel? I can. Nosy Hobbit. Alright, we actually need to go. Back over here and talk to Holly again. Excuse me. Yeah, that sounds server population related. By the way, I totally have a better cloak I could be wearing. Doesn't really match this, however. Looks better than the one I've got, though. Yeah, it totally doesn't make sense. So I have the kinship we have and everything is over on Laurelin, but we haven't played there in a couple of years. But I still keep the update paid and everything because you never know if you're ever going to go back. So I log in about every 3 months and just pay the upkeep on the guild hall and or the kin hall and everything here on. Same thing in EverQuest 2. Either myself or Joe have gone on and like kept the upkeep going on the house, even though we haven't used the guild hall in a couple of years. Because we eventually usually end up coming back at some point and playing with friends. But my brother and I used to have, well, we still do, but we've had characters on Landroval for years and years and years. So even though the original server I started off on was Laurel, and this is the US server I played on from the beginning. This is for the party field. I'm going to decline that for now because I want to run up to, oh my goodness, the yawns. Can we ride to Overhill from here?
How do you do?
Needlehole, that is. I can't swift travel though. Why not? That's right. This account. Sorry, this server. So this is the first time I've come across this because I've always played VIP. Always played VIP. This is the first character I've ever created under a free-to-play account. Minimum level 20. You must be a subscriber or have played this character while as a subscriber in order to use the swift travel option to Needlehole. That's an interesting mechanic to inspire people to want to subscribe. No, it does not get deleted, Servano. Wait, are you talking EverQuest 2 or Lord of the Rings Online? If it's Lord of the Rings Online, I think even in EverQuest 2. Somebody else was talking about EverQuest 2 earlier, I think. I'd have to scroll back up. I lose track. If you're talking Lord of the Rings Online, it goes into escrow. So there's an NPC. I don't know where they're at in this world. I know in Rivendell there's an NPC. Probably in the housing district is probably where it's at. But there's an escrow NPC that you can talk to who has all of your stuff. I think that's how it works. Because I've lost my house a couple of times over the years for being inactive in Lord of the Rings Online. And it goes, there's a place it goes. It's like an escrow place. What I don't remember is if it's the NPC or if it's a chest somewhere. But there is a way to get it. So your stuff is not lost. It does not get deleted. It's just in escrow somewhere. Oh, yeah, I think there totally is, because there's a banker in there. I think there's a banker and an escrow person inside the auction hall in Bree. Yeah, good call. I knew of the one in Rivendell. I couldn't remember where there was another one at. There's probably one in Thorin's Hall, too. Yep, you're welcome. I'm mostly excited to get to Yonder Shire, but now I'm paranoid because if there's bear quests up in the Yonder Shire, I'm kind of screwed until I can figure out what the issue is. I'm gonna have to go digging on the Reddit now and see if I can't find anybody that's having a similar issue. I have no idea. This is an interesting conversation about what is his name? Todd Phillips from Bethesda had a sit down on a podcast the other day. I was watching and they were talking about you know, the recent controversy around Redfall. Um, Not Redfall, sorry. Jedi Survivor having performance issues on the PC for some players while it performed perfectly on the Xbox and the PlayStation. Um, and the issue is because when you get into the um, PC, you're dealing with thousands of variables: graphics card, drivers, different types of motherboards, different models of graphics cards, different versions of Windows, different operating systems entirely, blah, 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 blah. Whereas with a console, it's like the same thing. So it's really easy to you know, optimize for a console.
Hello there.
Chubb's helmet. What does it look like? Ew, that's ugly. No, thank you. Minstrel? Yes, the minstrel is awesome. If I didn't already have a minstrel, I would have done this character as a minstrel. But this character was specifically created so that I could get some playtime experience with the burglar, so that I could do a game guide for the burglar class. I think I only have 3 more game guides to do. I think I need to do the minstrel. 4, actually. I need to do the minstrel. Hold that thought. How many? Yeah, it's 4. The Bjorning. I don't know why I keep saying the minstrel. That's not true. The Bjorning, the burglar. This guy's a burglar, not a minstrel. The Bjorning, the burglar, the captain, and the rune keeper are the 4 that I need to do guides for still. So I'll be working on those in May. The rune keeper I've played before, but I got to brush up on it. But the burglar I've never replayed before, so I wanted to do it. Plus, it made sense to I may have missed something. There's so many comments. I read through hundreds of comments every week, so I often get sidetracked. All right. We can run back to Hobbiton because I want to go up to the hill and talk to Elia for the book quest.
How do you do?
They were like, oh my god, it sounds like minstrel. Oh, that person. Jesus. Yeah. They don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, they're not a... I just laughed because I was like, you just obviously don't know how the English language works. That right there is what you call server hitching. Because my character just like froze on the road, and that's the server just being like, "Ugh." Look at the guy ahead of me, like lurching all over the place. That's server lag. So yeah, they've definitely got server issues. What's interesting is their DDO servers do not appear to have the same issues as their Lotro servers. Yeah, I literally said menstrual. It's like, that's how it's pronounced. I can't help it that also is the same way that menstrual cycle is pronounced. People are crazy. Looks like there was a new driver released for my graphics card on the 2nd of May, so I'm going to install that after I finish playing today and see if that maybe helps with the bear issue. And I'll dig around on Reddit and see what I can find as well, or the official forums. I went digging the other day and I couldn't find anything about it, so I was like, I didn't chalk it up to anything graphics related until today, given the fact that on the same server grouped up with somebody else from this same place, he could see the bears and I couldn't. That is a truly random thing. Oh, you what the ha? All right, Lobelia.
Can't a body be left alone?
I heard about the troubles my nephew Munder went through in Breland, and I assume you're here with old Flower Dumpling's coin purse to repay his hardships. You're not? What is this nonsense? Whitfoot doesn't have an ounce of sense in that fat head of his. It doesn't surprise me that he didn't have the courage to come tell me this himself, but he'll regret it. I'll go to Mickledelving to see him personally and tell him in no uncertain terms what I think of him. What use is he as mayor anyway, and what use are the Bounders for that matter?
Don't you turn your back on me?
Why do we even need a mayor or Bounders or sheriffs if they can't keep my nephew from being threatened and abducted and put through all kinds of hardship? The Sackville Bagginses are a very important family in these parts. I've heard that there are goblins on the edges of the Shire. Goblins! If you ask me, you should stop running pointless errands for our fat mayor and do something about them. That's all the way over in Scary. Is that north of here? No, the quarry is over there. That's the green dragon. Collect the dwarf barrel. Okay, we can go up there and do that. Trying to make a decision here. Do I drink an espresso and stay up, or do I take a nap? Usually, Chris and I take naps. We usually take our nap together about this time, but she's not home, so it's like, do I keep streaming? Do I go take a nap? What do I do? I don't know. We gotta go in here with spiders. Nasty. Ooh, that music's pretty intense. Got like Battlestar Galactica drums going on. Oh, there's the barrel right there. What if I'm going to have to lug this back in my hands? Nope, we're good. Come back here to the postmaster next because he wants to send us up to Overhill, and I know we've got quest up in Overhill next. But there's also the pie lady, so we might need to check where she wants us to go next too. Use my air. Like a little pint of the green dragon. Man, I'll tell you what, a pint of ale sounds good right now. I don't have anything in the house.
Well, the goal of some folk.
A green dragon breath ale. Guess what we're about to drink, everybody? Get well and truly soused. What's the debuff on this one? You're quite merry. Woo! Okay, let's go see where the pie lady needs us. I'm gonna have to go make a coffee. That's just all there is to it. Yawns are strong in this one. Hey, 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 you two, come here. You okay, Sam? Frodo, don't be a monster, buddy. Just because your mommy's not here doesn't mean you need to take it out on your brothers and sisters. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking to, over here, we've got bed full of cats, and Frodo is over there being nasty with his brother Sam and just woke him up by, like, chewing on his ear, and I hear, like, "Meow." He's just stressed because mommy's not here.
Could I take a moment of your time?
This is to take a pie to the party field.
Is there something I can do for you? What do you need?
God, I would kill for a piece of pie right now. Look at that juicy pie. Yummy! Cherry pie, blackberry pie, rhubarb pie, apple crumble, apple cobbler, apple pie with ice cream, apple pie with heavy whipped cream. I just like pie. Pie is good. Is she up top or down below? There you go. Best tasted. Ah, it tastes awful. You tell Holly her pie was foul. I demand a new one. Meow. Kitty cats in game too. Ignore the kitty cats in game. I have enough kitty cats in real life. All 7 of them in the office right now. So why were her pies all foul?
Just a moment.
My pies tasted foul? How rude! Let me taste this one. Oh no, the berries are bad. Oh no, oh no. Do you know how many pies I've made with those berries? Alright. If you come across any of the pies I sent out, please bring them to me and tell them that I will bake a fresh pie as soon as I can. Alright, now we start to run into people who are like, that damn Holly, she sent me a bad pie. Alright, I'm going to go get an espresso on the stove. I'll be right back. If the internet for some reason hiccups, I'll be back as soon as I can. Because I do live in the middle of nowhere and sometimes the internet goes bad. But I'm going to go get my macchiato machine on the oven. feel like I'm gonna need to invest in a rifle. Them fucking iguanas, man. I just went out and we had a big 3-footer in one of my papaya trees, and he just broke 3 of the branches and ate 2 of the fruits. There's no way, because of where we live, because of the homestead and all the tropical jungle stuff, unless you have a completely enclosed environment for your garden, those iguanas. And the issue is that normally Chris is here doing stuff in the kitchen and stuff, and so she's usually on hand to make sure that they don't get into the garden. Well, she's not here today, so I'm in here doing my normal routine, and there's nobody out there to check that stuff was going on. I just went out to get my coffee going, and I hear this rustling, and I look out the kitchen window, and there's 1 big iguana in the tree and 2 more on the ground. That's not good. That pisses me off. Because we've been trying to grow those trees for like 6 months, and one of them got into the tree like a week ago and broke off a couple of branches, ate one of the fruits, and today he ate 2 fruits and broke off 3 more branches. So now my trees are starting to look all fucking half-haggard. Son of a bitch. I'm now grumpy. Where's the postmaster over here?
Please stay a moment.
Well, the big issue is that they live in the woods behind our house, and if you've never watched the videos over on our homestead channel, I mean, there's a 300-foot tall tree in that forest, and they live up in that tree. The problem is they love mangoes and papayas, and they also love leaves. So they have eaten the leaves. This is like the 9th and 10th papaya trees that we've tried to grow. They've killed the previous like half a dozen attempts because they come in once they start to get 6 to 8 inches off the ground and they start to sprout leaves, those little fuckers come in and they eat all the leaves off of the tree and they kill it. And these are the first 2 that we've managed to sort of somewhat protect. And because we've put netting over them and everything else, and they're 5 foot tall now, and they're pretty big. But they're so big that we can't protect them with netting anymore. So we have netting around one side, and they have learned now to crawl up over the netting and into the tree themselves and crawl around on the limbs. But the problem is those big 3-foot, 4-foot iguanas weigh 40, 50 pounds, and they just start breaking off those limbs because those limbs are about the size of my index finger. And the fruits are only about 3 inches long right now. But they're little, they'll grow into big papayas, but they're only about 2 to 3 inches long right now. And they're eating all my
Good day.
shit, man.
Might I have
I'm really pissed about that right now because this is like the second time in the last 2 weeks they've gotten into it. Between that and my rescue chicken destroying my freshly planted grass yesterday, it's like the only way we're ever going to be able to grow the garden that we want to grow here is we're going to have to literally build a completely enclosed garden. Like full on, I'm going to have to build like corner posts and chicken wire, and not just chicken wire, but like wire mesh and top sides and everything. I'll be right back and get my coffee. Gotta stay in my chair, buddy. Stupid iguana's killing all my bears in game. And they're doing something. It's annoying. Let's see here. This is a...
What do you need?
Can't do your quest yet.
Good day. Might I
I'm
have
glad
a
you're
word
here to
with
help.
you?
I was bringing my wagon back from Bree, loaded down with a big bag of mushrooms, and my cart was boiled over with spiders. Alright, so we gotta go collect that from the spider area.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
I've lost my lucky sling stone. Oh my god. Dropped a deer when suddenly a bear, a huge brown bear, grabbed the kill and dragged it off. Search the deer carcass. Well, at least it's not search the bear carcass. I got a little nervous there. It's like, bears don't work right now. Okay, so spider plague is up there, and the sling stone is up there. There's the trade goods. Okay, let's go find Slingstone. Big black bear threatens to attack. So, look at that. Big black bear threatens to attack. You guys can't see the chat window behind my head because of the green screen, but it's down here in the chat window. It says big black bear threatens to attack. I don't see any bears. That's awesome. At least I know they're there. Something just attacked me. So look at that. I'm taking damage. I'm taking bleed damage, but I have no audio from anything attacking me other than the combat music going off. But I have the bleed from the bear attacks. That's a trip. Gonna have to figure that one out. Young wood bear threatens to attack. Young wood bear threatens to attack. That's funny. So they're attacking me, but I can't see them. There's the debuff. The minor fright. You cannot do that in combat. Interesting. Yep, I just got interrupted, so their attacks can interrupt me. Even though I don't have an audio cue for the attacks. Alright, Otho.
How do you do?
There were no spiders? I swear it seemed like there were dozens of them. I wonder where they could have run off to.
Say, and have some tea.
I hate to make more work for you, but it seems the spiders infesting my wagon have run off somewhere, and if they grow and breed, they'll become a threat. You should report this to the sheriff in Hobbiton, Robin Smallborough. Okay, we can do that. Ah, that old Tom Bombadil music is so good.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Take your cooked carrots. Where does the postman want to send me next?
Good day.
Probably up
Might
to
I have a word with you?
Green Dragon in Bywater. Welcome to the channel, Anna. Alright. Espresso is down the hatch. What's really interesting is the neighbors told us when we moved in last year that one of the reasons that the people who lived here previously never worried about trying to do a garden or anything in the back was because the iguanas are too big of an issue and they just didn't want to deal with it. They said the guy tried to plant some spice gardens a couple of times and lost the spice gardens. Lost the spice gardens both times because of the iguanas. And I totally get it. Oh shit, I'm about to run into a hobbit. Alright, it is time to turn the air conditioner up.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
Frogmorton. We'll hold off on him for now. I think we have an old pie to deliver over here. Yep.
Stay and have some tea.
Take the pie back. Tell her not to rush. I'm not in a rush for another one whenever she gets a chance. Alright, I'll have to remember that the postmaster here in Bywater has a quest for me. I'll need to use that later on. Oh, Hungry Hobbit has smelled the pie. That's because I wasn't paying attention. I was reading YouTube chat and not paying attention to where I was running. Not on this server, I don't know. This is the server where I just play by myself. My brother played here a couple times with me. But no, our server, our kinship is over on Laurelin, but we haven't played there in a couple of years, so there's nobody there active. The only place where I think we have it's not even active at the moment, because we have the EQ2 guild, we have the guild in Laurelin. No, that wasn't you. I was reading some other stuff. It's all good.
Could I take a moment of your time?
I know we are trying to get people together for not necessarily to do group quests, but in the Star Wars: The Republic, we've been thinking about. I know Mujin had made the discussion the other day about if other people wanted to join us on our server just to get a guild ship, so that there's a little bit of extra activities to do once you get a guild ship. And then, I mean, I suppose I could put together a kinship on this server, but my days of organizing shit are over. I'm done. Like, I've done over the last 8 years. It's all we did was like run big guilds of like 150 people and run the raid guilds through EQ2 and World of Warcraft Classic and EverQuest 2 and everything else. I'm done. I'm retired. I just want to stream games by myself these days. I don't want to organize stuff for anybody, but it'd be fun. You know, I'm on some places we already have the old guilds are still set up. What's a good girl? That's a good girl, Leia. Meow, meow, meow. I play most of these days. I'm playing single player stuff, to be honest with you. Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Pillars of Eternity. A lot of console shit. I'm trying to get my money's worth out of my Series X. Yeah, I think we lost it during this World of Warcraft Classic round last year. You know, there was 120 people, I think, and then a handful of people got really sweaty about it, and we had said in advance that we were going to do it a certain way, very casual and etc. And then once the raid content hit and that first raid dropped, you know, we had asked everybody to do it on our schedule and be patient and everything. And we had a group of like 30 people who just went off and said, yeah, fuck the schedule. We're going to do our own thing, and went and started doing raids without the rest of the guild. And yeah, they got all sorts of gotta be number one. It's like, why do you have to be number one when the content is 20 years old, you know? I don't know. I'm done dealing with people's egos and shit. I had a good run. I've played MMOs for 25 plus years now. And I've been at the top. Back in like 2004 to 2009, essentially. There was a good 5 to 7 year run in there. Just kind of in that 7-year run, there was a 5-year chunk where we were number 3 worldwide, number 1 to number 2 on our server in like Vanguard, EverQuest 2, EverQuest 1, and I was the guild leader along with my ex-partner, and we lived MMOs. That's all I did was play. Outside of my construction company, I just would come home and I would play, and I would easily log 80 hours a week playing MMOs. Easily. I remember I have a gaming resume that I've tracked over the years. The month that Vanguard launched, I logged over 400 hours in game time in 1 month. 400 hours of game time in 1 month. On top of a full-time, you know, running a construction company. That's all I did was, you know, sleep, shit, eat, play, work, play, work, play, work, play, work. Those days are gone. I don't have any desire to do that anymore. Now I have the homestead. I have a whole bunch of cats like this one, who's getting lots of attention right now. We have our chickens, or meat chickens, or egg chickens. Trying to grow a garden. I'm very hesitant to kill the wildlife, but I am ready to kill iguanas. Um, I almost killed the one today. I was out there when I disappeared a few minutes ago. I was out there with a rake, and I beat him up pretty good. He jumped out of the tree when he saw me coming, and I missed my first couple of swings. But when he was crawling up the fence to get over our fence back into the woods, I whopped him pretty good. So, but I'm ready to start killing iguanas. I'm getting to the point where I have no sympathy for those motherfuckers. I typically do not like to mess with the natural cycle of things, but they're starting to mess with my natural cycle, and it's. I mean, the tree's still going to be there, but like when he's knocked all the limbs off, the tree's all lopsided now, and it just looks stupid, and it's like, God damn it. Anyway, those are my priorities these days, and then my brother and I are getting our point and click game finished out the door this summer. The novel is going to publish in June. The tabletop stuff's been done since last May, so the source book and the modules are already ready to go. I just need to get cover art done for the book right now. Doing the final edits right at the moment. Then I got a sci-fi novel I got to finish writing for the summer. And then I'm circling back around and we're revamping the Saga Leucemia and we're making it into something a lot bigger. I ain't got time to run game guilds anymore. There's a lot to be said for going full-time on YouTube as well, because that takes up about, I probably do 4 hours a day of content creation, about 4 hours a day of playing, because I have to play games offline a lot to get the footage I need and to be able to sink my teeth into it and be able to get, 10, 15 hours into a game before I can give it a review. And then, honestly, the only reason I started playing EQ2 recently was to get some game guides around it, because those do pretty well in the algorithm. Because I have no desire to play EQ2 right now, but Chris was like, you should do it for the algorithm. I was like, you're not wrong. Lord of the Rings Online, though, I love this game, so I'll always play this game, but I don't play this as an MMO. I play it as a single-player game. Same with Star Wars: Old Republic. Although I do play with Mujin once a week on Thursdays. The big decision I have to make is whether or not I'm going to blow money on Diablo 4 or not. I am going to test it this weekend and see what I see. Yeah, things are going fairly well. It's a different lifestyle. A lot of people don't understand it, but that's all good. Like, we have our homestead. We left the city, left the big life, moved out to the countryside in the middle of nowhere. Backwoods internet. Chris has her growing flock of chickens. We have 4 egg hens, 1 rooster, and 7 meat chickens who are about to start. I think they're getting slaughtered next week or the week after. We're going to start slaughtering those. And then growing the homesteading channel on YouTube as well. And this channel, we'll see. We'll see how it continues to grow. On that note, everybody, make sure you check out the other stuff on the channel. Yeah, I didn't play the previous one either. I was too busy. And I'm not really, Diablo 4 is an interesting thing to me, but it's not like something I have to play. I'm kind of looking at it as I'm going to play it this weekend and I'm going to see how the traffic is. If I get good traffic on the channel and those videos do well, then I'll probably go buy the game, But I tend not to just go buy games to play them just because. I look at it from a financial perspective and like, is it going to make my channel money? Am I going to get views? Am I going to get memberships? Am I going to get super chats? Am I going to make money from playing this game? If the answer is yes, then I will typically play that game. If the answer is no, then I probably won't. Yeah, I think for me, Thomas, the thing is I've seen endgame in so many games that it's just all the same to me, and I just don't have a desire to do it anymore. Classic was the last time, and the reason was because I never played World of Warcraft when it first came out. So I was just genuinely, curious to explore Wrath of the Lich King and kill some dragons and stuff. But I think the way people play games these days is a lot different than they used to play games as well. Because I've led guilds pretty much my whole life, and I've never seen the attitudes that I saw when we got into raiding in World of Warcraft. And also a little bit the last time we did EverQuest 2, there were quite a few big egos that came into the equation, and people were couple of people in each time was like trying to be really hot and sweaty and about stuff. It's like, guys, this is a 20-year-old. In both cases, these are 20-year-old games. There's no reason to be like frothing at the mouth and chomping at the bit and like yelling at people over, not pulling perfectly and all this other stuff. It's like the need to be number one was back when the content was fresh. I'll never forget this when EverQuest 2 did their Kaladin server, the Kaladin progression server for EverQuest 2, 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I rolled on the server with our community, and I was boxing two characters, and we were leveling up and getting ready to do the dragon stuff. And somebody was watching my videos and sent me a tell. I was like, "Our guild already did it. We're number one. Blah blah blah." And like he was being friendly, but also like humble bragging in his tells. And like I literally just replied, I said, "That's cool. I did it 20 years ago when it was fresh and actually mattered." And he got all butthurt. But it was like that's how I feel about it. It's like doing it now when there's strategies and you can read it online and you can just go through a walkthrough guide that's going to tell you how to do the things. I did it back when we had to figure it out for the first time. I'm an old man. Like I'm in my mid 40s now, so like I did this stuff back when there wasn't a wiki and there wasn't a YouTube guide and all this other stuff. Um, Thomas says last week I was in a raiding guild on WoW and now I'm running around the Shire as a chicken. I'm much happier. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is a great game. Saravano says played WoW since 2005. Trying every other MMO. WoW's loot system burns me out. For sure. Yeah, and since we were going into World of Warcraft Classic New, what happened was we went into it and we told everybody in advance, and some people just don't fucking listen. But we told everybody like we're gonna go in. We've never played the content. We're not gonna be looking at strategy guides at all. We're not reading any guides. We're not doing strategy. We're gonna go in. We want to clear the content on our own, figuring out the encounters on our own, figuring out the strategies on our own. And if there's anybody in the community that knows the content, please just keep your mouth shut and don't tell us, even if you know what it is, just relax and let us figure it out. You can participate and everything else. And we had a whole bunch of people who were on board for that, but there were a handful of people who were not on board with that, even though they said they were on board with that. And then when the raids came, they got very frustrated with us not clearing it in 1 hour. And they went off and said, "Nah, fuck that. We're gonna go do it anyway," and made some really nasty comments on the way out, and it was just like, I'm done. Come hang out in Lord of the Rings Online, and I can deliver pies to people, smoke a pipe. Like so. Oh, here's an interesting question. I wonder if my lore master can summon his bear, or if you can't see the bear for my lore master. We're gonna do another experiment, everybody. I'm just sitting here I'm just kind of winding down right now is what I'm doing. I want to go try this now. I want to go I'm gonna go get my lore master and I'm gonna pull his pet out. I'm gonna see if I can see the bear pet for the lore master. He's on the Laurelin server, I think. Oh, that's because I get sidetracked killing iguanas and chatting with people too. What's up, Guillermo? It has grown quite a bit. I think last time I saw you, we were probably around 4,000 maybe. ¿Qué onda? I think we're on track to hit 10,000 by the summer. We'll see. If growth keeps going steady, that's a good place to be. I mean, our objective right now for Chris and I, it's like there's three things. We want to get to 10,000 followers. That's great. The next one is 100 members on the channel. I think we have like 27 or 28 right now, and then get to $1,000 a month of like regular revenue coming in from the channel. And by regular, I mean like 4 months in a row of $1,000 a month revenue. We will consider that to be successful. It still varies quite a bit. Alright, let's see if I can summon a bear pet. Holy shit, look at that. I can't even see my bear pet. Experiment continues, ladies and gentlemen. So there has got to be something with the recent improvement. I didn't know they did that, by the way. So I forget who said that earlier. That they changed the visuals on bears and wolves, like back in April, because that was about when I started having the problems where I can't see the bears. So there's got to be an issue going on with my It's got to be a graphics card issue or a graphics driver. Now there is a driver update that I'm gonna go load here after I finish playing today. You can't, because I can't even see my bear pet on my lore master. How trippy is that? I can't even see. So it actually says when I try to target it, it says this target is out of range. So that's a trip. Why does it say he's out of range? So it's like he's not even near me. Because usually when you summon a pet, they're right here. Right? So I wonder, why is it saying that the bear is out of range? You could hear it, but when I try to click on it, it says your target is out of range. Saravano says, "Oh, you just made me want to test something else too with my Bjorning. Hang on, we're gonna go test something else now too. I think my Bjorning's on the other character though, on the other account. Other server, sorry. I genuinely want to go check now. This is awesome. I do have a Bjorning. Yeah, we're gonna go check the Bjorning real quick. This is fun. What's gonna be more interesting is to see if the driver update fixes it. If the driver update doesn't fix it, I'm gonna have to dig deep and maybe go back to DX10 and see if that fixes it. Oops, I just logged into the wrong character. I just realized I logged into my champion, not my Bjorning. Herpaderpy. All right, let's go into bear form. Hang on, which one's bear form? That's man form. I can't even click bear form. Oh, you don't have the correct amount. Okay, it have to have wrath apparently. I thought there was a button that you could just click, and I may have removed it off my hotbar. No, that's bear form. Requires at least one wrath. Hang on, we may have to run out of town real quick. Go find something to do combat with. It absolutely does have the best quality of writing, for sure, Guillermo. Anytime anybody ever asks me, that's like the #1 reason I think people should play Lord of the Rings Online, because the writing is like the best. Yeah, it's not fully voiced like Star Wars: Old Republic, but it's just, if you like reading, it's just walls of text and great dialogue. All right. Here's a thing. So I can see my bear form here. I can totally see my bear form here. The plot thickens. Why can I see my bear form here, but not the other bears? Like my lore master can't see his bear pet, and I can't see the bears as they spawn. Matter of fact, I think there's supposed to be bears over here by the tree stumps, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to run over here and take a peek. I can definitely see the boars. Shut up, little badger. Oh, hang on. I just read your comment. The graphics update, yeah, because people said Bjorning model wasn't updated, but regular bears were. So yeah, that totally makes sense. Well, we'll see if the patch fixes it. I'm gonna update my driver today, but the drivers were updated on the 2nd of May, so I don't know if that's gonna be a big enough thing. If it doesn't, I'll try dropping it back down to DirectX 10. Because right now I'm on DX11, so we'll see if DX10 works, for example. I mean, I could go through here and just try to tweak all sorts of graphics settings, but ultimately it might be something. I'm running a 1080, which is an older graphics card, but it shouldn't matter. It's just going to be an issue of something isn't jiving with either the settings that I'm running or the my drivers. We'll have to figure that out. Avatar texture. That's just for characters, though. We're going to figure this out as we go along. All right. We're 2 hours in, everybody. I am going to go away and patch, get my drivers updated, do some tinkering around, see if I can't get things to get the bears to show up again. If the internet is good, I should be back again later on. If the internet holds up here. I don't know exactly what time. It's 2 o'clock here. Usually I try to be back on by about 5 o'clock my time. So in about 3 or 4 hours, assuming the internet's still good, I should be back streaming the Sum this evening. And I'll probably just keep streaming this character. I don't think I'll switch over to another game tonight. So if everybody is awake around that time, feel free to head back around. I'll try to tweak some settings, see if I can't figure this stuff out. In the meantime, there's a few videos that went live today if you haven't checked them out already. This morning, we covered the news around the Babylon 5 animated film that's coming out. We did a video on the top 5 role-playing games you should replay in 2023. And we talked about the showrunner, Tony Gilbert from Star Wars Andor, is releasing all of the scripts for Andor Season 1 into the public, so people can actually see the production scripts, which is pretty freaking awesome. Also recorded an episode around the new show on Apple TV, Apple Plus TV, whatever it's called. It's called Silo is the name of the TV series, and that review is coming out tomorrow morning, along with my first impressions on Albion Online, which I'd never played before. And tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central, we've got, 10 a.m. Central, Session 5 of our Starfighter actual play series, which we recorded last night. So that's going to be tomorrow morning as well. So check all that stuff out. Hopefully I'll see you all later on in the stream. Thanks so much to Sapphire Raven for the super chats earlier today. Really appreciate the support. Thanks to those of you who are supporting with super chats and memberships. You guys keep the air conditioning on, the bills paid, my cat's fed, and me doing this full time rather than going back to getting a contracting job again. So thanks so much for the support. If you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to check out all the other things. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Thanks, everybody. Thomas, see you later. Servano, see you later. Guillermo, see you later as well. Crimson, scrolling up here, see if I've missed anybody. Maladon is here earlier. Thanks so much. And yeah, Nicolaus was here earlier today too. So good to see y'all.